This evil villain is returning back to Fortnite because recently Fortnite added this wolf statue howling towards the Red Rift over the OG Fortnite. Then a rumor starts circulating around Fortnite community that this might be a teaser that Kado Thorne is going to return back to Fortnite because of two things. One, similar Red Rift was seen over Chapter 4 Island just a season before he arrived on the island. Also, the wolf howling towards this Red Rift as well, because when Fletcher Kane showed up on the island, a lot of people was wondering who he was actually working for, and then they noticed the logos on his body, and you can see the logo is Eclipsed Moon, which is Kado Thorne's organization's logo. And if you go to Retail Row, this building right over here, which used to say Noms, now says Moon. And if you're wondering why Kado Thorne's logo is the moon and why moon is referenced a lot, watch this, it will make a lot of sense. That's right, Kado Thorne is a blood-sucking vampire, and vampires only hunt during nighttime because the sunlight will burn them. And shortly after this rumor starts circulating, bunch of leakers finds his assets in the file, confirming his return. Now, what is Kado Thorne doing here, and what is his relationship with the Dark Presence? And that's what we're gonna find out in this video, so please leave a like, subscribe, and use my code SMJM if you like Fortnite storyline. Now, a lot of people who knows about Kado Thorne might be wondering, I'm pretty sure he was eliminated before we left the Chapter 4 map by this vampire huntress. Yes, you're absolutely correct. You see, when Kado Thorne arrived on the island, people went missing, and at first we all thought he was just another rich tycoon with expensive hotels and spa he used to own on the island. And eventually people find out that it was Kado Thorne who was eliminating these people because he was a vampire. And shortly after that, rumors start circulating, and then one day we see this mysterious woman known as Shimmer Dusk. And this is what she told us.
I have been looking for this evil vampire for hundreds of years. I have traveled many realities and searched thousands of planets. I can't believe I have finally found him. I will not let him escape this time. I will eliminate Kado Thorne.
She made it very clear that she was here to eliminate Kado Thorne. And when we asked her why exactly she's trying to eliminate him,
Kado Thorne is an evil genius. Since he is immortal, he has time on his side. He came to my village pretending to be a good person, helping them, and he even helped my family at the time. Then, using his power and money, he starts taking over. And before you know it, he is the most powerful man. And once that happens, it's all over. He eliminates people and steals everything they have and moves on. He eliminated my family. I was the only survivor, and since then, I have dedicated my life to ending him for good.
I mean, what she was saying was exactly what was happening during Chapter 4, Season 4. And at the end of Chapter 4, she did exactly what she said. She eliminates him. Now, if that is true, then how is Kado Thorne going to be here if he's already been eliminated? Well, the reason for that is because of this moment. Watch this. Now, this event is very important to understand exactly where we are at the moment. Now, this is obviously a recreation of the end event which took place in Chapter 1. And after the black hole, we're supposed to go to Chapter 2 map, but we didn't. And the reason for that was because Jonesy attached Kado Thorne's time machine on the rocket. And even during the event, you could see this rocket glitching, bringing different objects from the past. And instead of going to Chapter 2, we went to a completely different timeline. That is the reason why OG Fortnite looks completely different. The Visitor is still here despite he got kidnapped by Harold in the original timeline. And we think Kado Thorne is still alive in this timeline as well. Now, you might be wondering, Kado Thorne showed up in Chapter 4 and OG Fortnite is still stuck in Chapter 1. Well, the reason for that is because Kado Thorne is obsessed with collecting relics. And obviously, he has a time machine as well. And one thing he loves to do is to travel back in time and steal relics from old Fortnite seasons. Even in the trailer, you can literally see him show up with this golden head of a skin that was released in Chapter 2. And you can see the date on his time machine as well. And I think the reason why Kado Thorne is showing up at OG Fortnite is because he wants the ultimate relic, the 0 point. Because the 0 point will make him probably one of the most powerful creature in the history of Fortnite. And if you guys did not play in Chapter 1, the 0 point is still there in Chapter 1 under the loot lake. But we know that the 0 point is going to be corrupted by Kado Thorne because this 0 point soon is going to be red. And it's not just the 0 point Kado Thorne is going to corrupt, it's going to be everything. Now, this is all going to start with this mini event that is scheduled to take place in OG Fortnite. Now, at this location, we are going to see lightning bolts struck this hill the same way it did back in Chapter 1. The only difference is the lightning bolts this time is going to be red. And after a few days, these lightning bolts is going to spawn a giant cube as predicted by Hope in this sketch right here. Now, if you played back in Chapter 1, you will know this cube is called Kevin, but instead of being colored purple, this again will be red as well. And for the final stage of Season 5, we will see this cube move from this desert location all the way to Loot Lake. We will see the cube melt in Loot Lake, and this is going to be a mini event in game as well. And at the start of Season 6 in OG Fortnite, this is going to happen. And this giant floating corrupted island is going to go around corrupting everything. Again, this is all going to take place during Halloween. We are going to see zombies on the island, and since Kado Thorne is responsible, these zombies might be vampires instead, maybe. And at the end of season 6, we will get a huge live event, and we're going to see the 0 Point fight against this evil corrupted energy for the very first time. Now, this place right here is known as the In-Between. This is the 0 Points world. You can see these reality vines connected to different realities. That is how 0 Points can actually bring people, creatures from other realities. But remember, all of these events is going to take place in an alternate universe. So expect these events to be similar, but slightly different, just like the rocket event. Now, we don't really get to see the 0 Point in this live event. The very first time we see this magical orb was during the volcano event. And it was exactly at this spot right over here. And this is actually current Fortnite OG, by the way. A few months later, we will see a giant bunker over here. You can see this lake is very shallow because this is a fake lake placed here by the Imagine Order to hide the 0 Point. Almost 7 years ago, we saw the 0 Point for the very first time at this location. But the 0 Point is going to be corrupted by Kado Thorne. And just like the cube and the rifts, it is going to be red. I guess we'll find out what exactly he's trying to do, and I will keep you guys updated, so please leave a like, subscribe, and use my code SMJM. Peace out.